Jolly Rancher jelly beans. Jolly Rancher, Starburst, Jen and Preston have gone with the Jelly Bellies. Probably the top three.
Also, I'm sure the Starburst fans do know that they have the favorites, where it's just the red jelly beans.
Did not
so
know.
they have a bag of those where it's just all the red flavors in one bag. So that's another advancement.
Reese's Pieces eggs. Reese's Pieces eggs. I guess that's the eggs with Reese's Pieces in them.
That's not
the Reese's Cups. Not bad. 803-404-6100. And DJ, who told us Cadbury eggs, all-time best candy. He doesn't matter when we joked that he basically wanders in August looking for him. He said, "Yup." Yeah. Boy, 803-404-6100. So along with Easter candy, we've been discussing spring football as well as the NFL's new kickoff rule. The question will now become, how long does it take for this to trickle down to college football? The two questions will become, how long does it take to trickle down to college football, and also about the onside kick. This is Kirby Smart yesterday talking about the new NFL kickoff and the possibility in college football. Here's what Kirby Smart had to say regarding the new NFL kickoff rules.
Interesting. I saw that. Interesting. I saw that. Somebody texted me that. I didn't see it, and I thought that came up in our meetings because we meet with the NFL personnel. They come in and give us a State of the Union. This is where we are, and then we share with them, well, this is where we are. We're sharing stats from our game, and it was, I can't, don't quote me exactly on this, it was around 80% of their kickoffs were touchbacks. And a lot of the NFL people and personnel felt that special teams were becoming irrelevant in their game because the punters are elite, hang time and distance. Kickers are elite, kicking off. If that's not part of the game, then why are we doing it? Okay, and how do we do it, make it part of the game, but yet also make it safer? So I don't know our percentages in college football. I would guess around 70% touchback. It's slowly getting taken out of our game. There's coaches that concede, I'm just going to fair catch. And so I don't know what came out today. Y'all probably know better than I did. I did see a picture of how they're lining them up. They discussed that with us. That's going to create less violent blows. But the way I understood it, it was also going to be a reward for you returning it, or a punishment for you kicking it out of the end zone. It's going to promote kicking the ball in the field of play, because if you kick it out of the end zone, now the ball comes further out. So they're going to make it defend. They felt like you can't develop players in the NFL anymore without special teams, because they feel like young players develop. Charlie Warner, N'Kobe Dean, their first year they played 10 times more snaps on special teams than they did at their position. But those snaps now are irrelevant because it's a fair catch or a touchback. So if you want to develop your roster, you need to have special teams to develop it. We feel the same way. I developed my roster through special teams. The guys last year that started on all the units will probably start at a position this year. So you need those plays to be part of it, but you need them to be safe, because the highest injury rate has been kickoff, return, punt, return. A lot of that soft tissue, because you would think collisions, but it's more sprint. So you pull, and then also the collisions on kickoff, return. So I think the NFL is the model. They know what they want. They know what they're trying to do, and they're going to get it right. And then, hopefully we can start looking into that ourselves if the kickoff is not part of our game.
What do you take from that?
Well, one, Kirby's very good. He did a great job of explaining that and the differences. My only slight hiccup, and I did notice this earlier, is that we can't avoid soft tissue issues. I don't think that's something that we should be working towards. Collision issues, we can try and figure out a way around that. But if you heard the numbers, 80% are, so that means the play is essentially not happening. And one of the tests is, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, that's kind of the point. It is broke right now because it's essentially been eliminated from the game as a possibility of a play. And so what they're trying to do is figure out a way to creatively make more opportunities for those plays to come back. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. But I do applaud the NFL for trying to take steps in making the game more. I think this is supposed to make the game more exciting.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there 2 NFL punt returns returned walk-off touchdowns? Am I wrong on that? I know there was one. But I want to say there was 2. I don't know if I'm completely crazy on that or not, but I want to say that there was 2. But, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, and then how long it takes, again, to trickle down to the college game, because I do think in the college game, the surprise onside kick to change momentum or to keep the ball, whatever it may be, is far more prevalent than it is in the NFL game.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's the obvious, Sean Payton in the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's there obvious. There's a couple of really memorable examples, but that's still a very small percentage in the overall aspect. And to be completely fair, the NFL has essentially eliminated the onside kick from the game also, because now you can't line up.
Right,
You can't
that's what I'm saying.
overflow the line. Well, this is before this rule.
Oh, yeah.
In the past couple of years, you can't overload a line. You can't start before the ball. You can't have a man. So back in my day,
Right.
used to be able to have a guy get a running, which sounds absolutely kind of cuckoo. You'd have a guy get a running start and just be able to run as fast as he could, time it up with the kick, and essentially be able to run, hit the person in front of him, create a new wall, all types of things. And they've eliminated that. So even the onside kick has been essentially tried to been taken away out of the game. So these are all things that they're trying to do. And football, as always, is a growing and living thing, and the rules are always changing.
A lot of discussion. We'll get back into some spring football as we roll along, and we've gone down a path on Easter candy. Harry going sweet tart jelly beans.
Everybody tried. I think Starburst got in the game first, and everybody tried to get in after them.
And the Reese's peanut butter eggs continue to be popular. We'll continue all of it, hour 3 on the way.
And it is messy out there for sure this morning. Ermine Road at Old Barnwell Road. Also still working Fairway Drive at Decker Boulevard. Greystone at Broad River Road. Highway 6 near Main Street. So kind of and there's actually a detour there at Roberts Street because of that. So again, Highway 6, kind of by the county building in Lexington. That's where it is. But the detour and Roberts Drive. Also, I-20 eastbound at exit 61, an accident there. I-26 eastbound at exit 102 and 108. I-77 northbound after Killian Road. Just a big mess. Lots of accidents out there. Probably some we haven't even mentioned. So be careful in those storms.
Up and at 'em. Just be safe this morning here in Columbia because it is nasty outside. Rainy, lightning, some thunder. It's not the kind of morning that you would typically. Then I turn around and look over behind Preston and I see an ambulance go riding by, which makes it even worse. But it is not a nice morning. So as you get up and you get moving, if you're heading into the office, drive safely. Get yourself there safely, and we'll get you covered with some more sports talk and some candy talk for the next hours. We've gotten into the Easter discussion here. It's, Wednesday. Wednesday seems about the day you better hit the Walgreens, the CVS, the Walmart, whatever your Easter candy store is to pick up some candy for the weekend.
Yeah, this when if you want to get your first picks off the board, as we see, they vary. But if you want to get your first picks off the board, you probably need to go start taking care of that today.
Jay weighs in. Probably could be Jay Phillips, probably not. But it says any jelly bean of any brand and any flavor should be banned. Peanut butter eggs is absolute Easter deliciousness. And I got to admit, so what I'm getting here, a lot of this is a lot of you are probably very similar to me. I don't know if this occurs at your household where you buy the peanut butter eggs. Now, I don't know if this is going to be polarizing or not. You buy the brand of the Reese's peanut butter eggs. Do you put them in the fridge or do you keep them out? I put them in the fridge.
That's a fair question. I do like a little temperature on my chocolate, so I'll put it in the fridge.
Well, keep them in the fridge, and then you have to kind of, because I've got a 14 and 11-year-old, and once they open that fridge to grab a Sprite or a Dr. Pepper or whatever soda they're drinking that particular day, and they see Dad's bag of Easter eggs, it's when I go back that the whole bag has been dwindled down to about 2.
Yeah, I can see that.
We have it. So now you have to hide the bag down like in the crisper drawer with the vegetables. So they're hanging out down there.
They're not looking down there.
Yeah, they have.
Hide it by the vegetables. The teenagers are not looking.
Now they figure it out. Then you got to be sneaky a little bit. There's a level of sneakiness because then when you get one, if you're like walking through the house and you're not thinking, they see you eating one. They're like, "Well, where'd you get that?" And you're like, "In the fridge." And they're 14 and 11 now. They've figured it out. They've wised up. So whomever they need to make a refrigerator with like a secret compartment because the kids are figuring this out quicker and quicker. But keep coming in with your candy takes here. This is another one that's come out of nowhere. We've got Whoppers Robin eggs are number 1 top draft pick.
Yeah, I've just never been into Whoppers, man. I've just never been into Whoppers. It just, as you said that, like that was your dad's thing. I feel like that was my father's thing also, and it feels like it's the candy of another generation. That's how it feels.
It's chocolate. It's
malt,
almost malt. Yeah, like malt. Yeah, like you feel like. Yeah, there's just something about that from the 60s and the 70s.
It feels like a different generation. I'm not gonna lie.
Boring. Yeah, it just doesn't doesn't feel necessarily right. But yeah, the Whoppers Robin eggs #1. Thank you to that texter. Raj going with again another popular this morning is the Cadbury egg, hands down.
And see, this is what we all need to realize about life is that somebody likes it. You may not like it, but it's selling because there's somebody out there who really enjoys whatever the thing that you don't like is.
We're not here to yuck anybody's yums.
There we go. Don't yuck their yums. Somebody out there really loves. We found it. Clint.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially don't yuck his yums. He'll meet you in the parking lot.
He loves Clemson and Peeps. So there's room for everybody in the world.
On this show, there is room.
That's right.
We are accepting of everybody. Yes, there was a conversation earlier. Peeps. I'm hesitant to put the Peeps down after what Clint said. He can easily figure out where we work, and he can show up in the parking lot. But, yeah, those Peeps, and I'm going to end up with them. And I may still have them. Lauren might have cleaned them out. I don't know, finally. But they get stuck. The kids don't eat them. They show up around Easter, and then they get moved to the candy pantry, and then they just sit in there patiently waiting for somebody to throw them away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So... And somehow we end up with all three different colors, the light blue, the purple, and the yellow. So
also, I'm wondering, has this happened where now that you are in charge of the basket, will your children just be deprived of a certain candy? Because, my daughter will never have Whoppers under this household because we're just not buying them.
Right.
So there might be a chance when she goes out, have you ever heard these things called Whoppers? I'm like, yeah, never heard of them.
Yeah.
I just wonder if you just... Maybe there's things you're going to miss out on because your parents was just like, nah, we're not doing that.
Anonymous texter comes in with, this is another Clint, marshmallow cream topped Reese's Cups. It feels like a lot of y'all have free time at night and you're just experimenting in your kitchen with Easter candy. Because this is the candy holiday, right? Like Thanksgiving, well, I guess really every other holiday is really like, if you go 4th of July is kind of the banana pudding or a strawberry shortcake. Thanksgiving and Christmas are your pies and your cakes. But this is more of the, and I guess Valentine's, but Valentine's is more specific to the one you love. Whereas this is more of the candy holiday.
Halloween?
Oh, yeah, good point.
So
I'm old. I don't get to dress up. I don't get candy.
Yeah.
I'm relegated to eating my kids' candy.
So between this and Halloween or the candy holidays, I think Valentine's is out because that's more strictly chocolate. And as one of the texts pointed in, you can do both. You can go candy and chocolate on Easter. So you can have your picks of what you want to do.
803-404-6100. Keep sending in your weird concoctions you've done with jelly beans, with Reese's Cups, with Peeps.
Rice Krispie Peep Treat. You got it written down.
Yeah. Preston did write down that recipe very quickly. Mike going with the egg carton of chocolate marshmallow eggs can't be beat. The only time I eat marshmallow anything. So there's that. 803-404-6100. Yesterday, Shane Beamer talking to the media. Preston, back in our day, but your day as a football player, freshmen in spring practice, true freshmen, this wasn't a thing.
No.
How do you think, jokingly and serious, Lou Holtz would have handled these freshmen coming in trying to figure out what's going on during this 14 practice and a spring game session?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you would have been able to commit early, if you would have been looking for another way out. Because spring practices were pretty rough around there. Yeah, so spring practice was pretty rough. I do remember the first time I came up to a spring practice and I saw, talking about days of yore, I saw Kalimba Edwards participating in the old bull in the ring drill, and I was like, is this what I'm signing up for? I don't know if I want any of this. So yeah, I imagine a lot of those freshmen out there right now are pretty eyes wide open.
Obviously, the two biggest names, Dylan Stewart and Josiah Thompson, are there. The quarterback, Dante Reno, is there. Cam Pringle is there. Yesterday, Shane Beamer talked a little bit about the freshman standouts. Here's what Shane Beamer said.
It's hard not to notice those guys all across the board when you talk about the three freshmen on the offensive line, Josiah, Cam, and Blake, they're going to be really good players. When you look at those receivers, Mazio Bennett and DeBron Gatlin, really excited about some of the things that they continue to do. Obviously, Dylan Stewart is as advertised and has really been impressive in 4 days as well. Fred and Wendell, really excited about, so all of them, can I say that, and take the easy way out? But no, I think with all these guys, we're trying to, there's no one, I'll say this, through 4 practices where we've said, okay, man, he's probably a year away. Not really going to be able to count on him. In our minds, we got a long way till we play, but let's try and get them all ready to play. And none of them have given us any reason to think that they can't either. It's a good group, and whether it be special teams, whether it be offense, whether it be defense, let's find a role for them and get them out there and get them going. But we're definitely, it's a athletic group. We are absolutely, you mentioned Fred and Wendell specifically, we are absolutely more athletic at linebacker. And that's not a knock on anybody that's not here, the 2 guys that left. But these guys, when you talk about the 2 true freshmen and you talk about Bengali Kamara and Demetrius Knight, those are 2 really good players that were very productive at their previous schools, and 2 really talented freshmen that are long and athletic and what you want from a size standpoint.
I do have serious takes, but Fred and Wendell sound like the oldest group of linebackers in the league.
My instant thought was like, oh, 2 guys off of Sanford and Son have showed up to play linebacker.
Fred and Wendell sound like they've been around the game for a long time. Yeah, so that's really interesting. Obviously taking Shane at his word, but I would just say this: there's nothing wrong if a freshman is not able to come in and play next year. That's not an indication that he's a bad recruit or that you missed on the evaluation or anything along those lines. It is totally fine if there's a freshman out there right now who may be a bit overwhelmed. To me, that would indicate where the talent is on the team and that a freshman has to work his way into there. There's no problem with that. So I think I want to make sure when people hear that, that's fine for Shane to say that all the freshmen can play. But if there was a freshman who, as the spring progressed, maybe starts falling a little bit behind, that's totally okay because they're only freshmen and they probably should still be in high school.
I will say that there's so much that I feel like we don't know about this team, a new quarterback, and Sean Elliott coming in to maybe tweak the offense with the run game, a whole new running back room. You've off air and on air, you've talked about Jawan Howell, the running back from South Carolina State, because of some connections with Nashawn Goddard and also Cedric Wilson, who's seen him play. You actually also talked about Torricelli Simpkins.
Yeah, Cedric Williams is up there at North Carolina A&T, and that was his coach. And so it was really interesting because obviously he was not happy to lose one of his best players. But if he had to lose one of his best players, sending him to his alma mater was a positive thing, and he's very high on the young man.
So there's all these things that are really, really interesting, and you can't wait to see. But I got to admit, the linebackers are the most interesting because that word athletic, to me, I think a linebacker is supposed to be athletic anyway. But it does feel like we've seen 2 or 3, not trying to knock anybody. They're far more athletic than I am. But seeing Damani Staley, who just didn't seem like, your athletic kind of linebacker. Nothing against Stone Blanton and Pup Howard. And maybe Pup Howard's thing last year was just trying to learn the game and it's slowing him down. But it has felt like South Carolina is kind of rigid at the linebacker.
Good word.
Just stiff, if you will. Whereas what we've heard from JC, what the video I've at least seen of, I believe they're now calling him J.R. Johnson, not Fred Johnson, but of he and Wendell, what we've heard about Knight and Kamara, these are supposed to be almost more of your hybrid safety linebackers that can run and thump.
Which is something that you need in a league that spreads it out. Now, the only caveat to that is the run and thump part. Do they only do the thumping when they can run a distance and do it? Can they take on stuff that's coming directly at them? people would say it doesn't matter if the defensive line is playing well and they're keeping them off them. So there's a lot of variables that go into that. But you do want guys that can go sideline to sideline.
And again, I think you were saying it feels like with Debo Williams, he's a missile.
Yeah.
You're just not sure if that missile's going into the right hole.
Just don't know
or
where it's
is
going.
taking out 3 of your own defensive players accidentally.
Somebody at the end of the Debo Williams play, somebody will get hit. Which jersey, we don't know. He'll make a play on somebody.
803-404-6100 will come back. Boy, if we're a month away, but there could be some serious gloating on this program, and from once, it may not come from me. A quarterback is now being mocked into the top 5, and Preston Thorne is ready to go buy an Arizona Cardinal jersey. We'll tell you about that when we come back. It's the early game. It is pouring rain today, but if you want to know the definition of hard work, it's people that get out and work in the rain, especially when it's raining like this, and that's Corley Pool Solutions. They believe in providing the absolute highest quality swimming pool service at the most affordable price to you and your family, and that even means working on a morning like this to make sure the maintenance of your pool is ready for you to use this spring and this summer. They know routine pool maintenance is critical to the daily operation of your pool, and that long-term operation of pool systems and components is dependent upon their service. That's why they're the absolute best in the business. Give them a phone call and line up your maintenance today, 803-445-8109. You want to be able to use that pool this coming April, and Corley Pool Solutions wants you to use it. That's why they offer flat rate pricing, including all of the chemicals. They know you will know what you are paying. So call Corley Pool Solutions and Tracy Corley today, 803-445-8109.
Things pretty sloppy out there this morning as we continue to experience rain and storms. We're seeing I-20 eastbound before Bush River Road. The right lane is blocked. Greystone at Broad River Road, an accident there. Also, Highway 6 near Highway 1 in Lexington, kind of by the water treatment plant. They have been diverting traffic there at Roberts Drive, detouring people there. I-20 eastbound at exit 61, I-26 eastbound after Bush River Road, I-26 westbound at exit 101, Leesburg at Teague Road, Old Cherokee Road at Old Chapin Road, Highway 378 near I-26, an accident there, and Broad River Road at St. Andrews Road. Be careful out there this morning.
Let's give you a chance to win some baseball tickets real quick. How about this? 2 pairs of tickets. We'll take callers 3 and 4 to next Wednesday's South Carolina baseball game versus Georgia Southern at Founders Park. That'll be Wednesday, April the 3rd at 7 o'clock. We'll give away 2 pairs of tickets. Callers 3 and 4, 803-404. 6100 is how you can win those. Callers 3 and 4. This will be for next week. Again, reminder, this weekend they are on the road, or this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They are on the road at Alabama. So these tickets will be for next Wednesday against Georgia Southern, 7 p.m. first pitch. Callers 3 and 4 will win the tickets. 803-404-6100, how you can do that. I believe Jen will tell you that this show, most known for my bragging, for my boasting of good picks, of great calls, but it appears Preston Thorne is a month away from being ready to challenge me completely on that. We probably should have recorded your hot take a month ago that J.J. McCarthy was, how did you label it? What was your official labeling of J.J. McCarthy, Michigan quarterback?
A winner.
Okay.
The best value pick in the draft.
Oh, wow. Okay. His value still at number 4.
Number 1 athleticism score in the combine ranking.
Oh, boy.
Shall I go on?
That's something.
Big Ten quarterback of the year. First 10 all Big Ten conference. Finalist for the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. Do I need to continue on Mr. Jonathan James McCarthy? Put his full respect name, sir. He's going top 5.
In the most recent ESPN NFL mock draft, the most recent, former NFL GM Mike Tannenbaum has the Arizona Cardinals trading away the number 4 pick, they have them in their most recent pick. He has them trading Kyler Murray to the Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
It says the Cards would get the number 11 pick. The Cards would trade away Kyler Murphy. He actually has some good stats on Kyler Murphy that I did not realize, and I'll get to those in just a minute. But he also has them taking J.J. McCarthy. And this is Mike Tannenbaum's take. He says, look, quarterback availability is crucial in today's NFL. How about this number? 66 passers started at least one game last season. And Kyler Murray has not played a full season since 2020. Tannenbaum goes on to say, I really like McCarthy's long-term upside. The 21-year-old averaged 9 yards per attempt and completed 72.3% of his throws last season, and he bulked up to 219 pounds at the combine.
Yes, he's bulking up.
In short, I think he's a better, younger, and more durable quarterback than Murray right now, and I'm not passing up this chance.
If I was the NFL GM, this would be the thing that either I would get fired for or I would go down as a legend for. It would either be, man, you remember Preston Thorne? Yeah, he's the guy that drafted J.J. McCarthy. And whatever ended up happening after that, I would stand. I'm pounding the table, Bill. This is the guy. And you know how I knew this was the guy? It was one play. in the Rose Bowl.
Yes.
One-handed catch, catches the ball, resets his feet, opposite hand, throws it with his right hand, completes the pass, first down, wins the championship. This is the guy, Bill. Number one quarterback in the draft. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm pounding the table on this. I might lose my job as an NFL GM forever after this and be thrown to the Siberia of the XFL. But this is going to be my claim right here. J.J. McCarthy.
There's many, many small takeaways I have here. Let's start with just the non-J.J. McCarthy takeaway, which is Kyler Murray. Let's just say this happens. Mm-hmm. Hey, Vikings, what are you doing?
Yeah, don't do that.
Why? What are you thinking taking Kyler Murray? Number one, Murray's contract includes a $35.3 million guaranteed for 2024 and $29.9 million guaranteed for 2025. Again, Kyler Murray has not played a full season since 2020. And on top of that, we have the whole you have to do homework fiasco of what, 2 seasons ago? Was it last year? Or?
That was when, that's when they said, hey, we want to give you a lot of money, but could you please, I don't know.
Stop gaming?
Just please watch a little bit of film, just every now and then. And he's like, I don't know, man. Call of Duty is my thing. You know, the internet is wild and wonderful, but there was some people that apparently had aggregated his statistics and they could see the games when he threw really bad correlated with the amount of Call of Duty hours.
Are you serious?
That he had that week. Yes. The internet is pretty wild. I don't know, man. Kyler Murray wouldn't be my flavor just because I don't think he's ever been a leader of a team. He's tremendously athletic, tremendously talented as a quarterback. He makes amazing plays. Looks like a little Mario brother running around there when he's running, like scooting around. What do you say? He looks like a toddler running around when he stole your phone. And that's all great, but I don't know if he's an NFL leader in a locker room.
So there's that. There's the Vikings completely, which would be just goofing that. But let me take you back here. Can you name the last 2 Arizona Cardinal quarterbacks drafted? Now, one of them obviously is Kyler Murray, so you have to name the one before that.
Josh Rosen?
Yes. Does this make you feel any better than the fact that they're taking J.J. McCarthy? Because maybe, just maybe, he is a good pick. But what I just read to you just makes me believe, or what I just pointed out to you makes me think, J.J. McCarthy's not making it in Arizona.
Yeah, I don't. If I had to be J.J. McCarthy's agent, or if I had to be Deion Sanders for J.J.,
I was gonna say,
I'd say, hey, J.J., maybe let's not bulk up so much. Let's try and tone it down a little bit.
Let's claim an ankle injury.
Yeah, let's not really go in that interview with Arizona and figure things out, because that's probably not the place you want to go. I am not necessarily impressed with their head coach, and the ownership is not the greatest out there. So, yeah, it might not be the best situation for him. But in that case, if it doesn't work out, I could just say, well, it's a bad organization. We got to give my guy another try, make sure he gets to another place. I'm full on board the J.J. McCarthy train.
Again, right now, this is Mike Tannenbaum, who, by the way, Michael weighs in and says Tannenbaum should never evaluate any players, including Little League.
Oh, boy.
There is some questions about Mike Tannenbaum's ability to evaluate, but he has Caleb Williams at 1 to the Bears, Drake May at 2 to the Commanders, and Jaden Daniels at 3 to the Patriots before going McCarthy at 4.
I mean, I don't know the ins and outs, but why are we saying Drake May is better than J.J. McCarthy? I understand the potential upside from.
Oh, I feel like we're just reaching now.
We're just trying to get a quarterback early?
No. Because I feel like you're reaching. Like, why are we saying Drake? Because Drake May just looks better than J.J. McCarthy.
See, because look, my guy was in a system. He was a system quarterback. He played his role well. But when he gets into this next system, he's going to shine. He's a 5-star recruit just like anybody else.
Just for the record, this should make Jen happy. Mike Tannenbaum, if he can be somewhat close to right on this, he also has the Bears getting Caleb Williams. He also has the Bears at 9 taking Marvin Harrison Jr.
Good pick.
That's a way to upgrade your offense pretty quickly there if you're able to do that.
I wonder how we'll screw that up.
Well, there's that too.
They will accomplish it. By the way, 5th quarterback Bo Nix going to the Denver Broncos at 12.
No
well,
way.
I'll read you a few more of these and then just let you take your opinion. We'll wrap that up, get back into some more because there's a Michael Penix draft in there as well. We'll get to a couple of these. You're listening to Bill Gunner, Preston Thorne, she's Jen Jensen. It's the early game. Bill Gunner for AAA Heating and Air. You've heard me talk a long time about the great deals they have and the free replacement estimate that you can get right now from AAA Heating and Air. With summer on the way, you want to make sure that heating and air unit is working properly. And AAA Heating and Air, they will make sure that it is. And again, they'll even offer you a free replacement estimate so you can get them out to your house. And if you buy a brand new heating and air unit, you know what? You can get no payments and no interest until 2025. You can have new comfort in your home as soon as tomorrow with a phone call today, 803-677-1500. But how about this? Now AAA Heating and Air is providing professional and residential electrical services. That includes electrical panel upgrades, lighting installation and repair, and new generator installations. Again, call today and learn more. 803-677-1500. Call AAA Heating and Air today. Tell them Bill Gunner sent you.
Quite a mess out there, and we are expecting scattered thunderstorms kind of throughout the day. So let's kind of hit the list. 378 near 26. Also, Broad River Road at St. Andrews Road, Old Cherokee at Old Chapin, Nazareth Road at South Lake Drive. Also, Broad River Road, I-26 westbound at Broad River Road. Also, there's an accident, I-26 westbound at exit 101. I-26 eastbound just after exit 108, Bush River Road. I-20 eastbound after exit 61, that would be Highway 378. Highway 6 near Main Street, still the detour there at Roberts Road. Greystone Boulevard at Broad River and Dutch Fork near Broad River Road. It's just a mess out there. Do be careful today.
Reminder, the craft beer card is back. You can spend $30 at 12 craft beer locations. It's a $360 value for only $79. How do you get one, you ask? Well, it's pretty simple. Go to 1075thegame.com and click on Sweet Deals, and you can get yourself a craft beer card. Again, it's a $360 value for only $79. Basically, it's $30 you can spend at 12 craft beer locations. Go to 1075thegame.com and click on Sweet Deals to get yourself a craft beer card, or sign up for the 1075 The Game Spring Golf Tournament April 5th. We will have a few craft beer card giveaways. That's right. Make sure you sign up again for the 1075 The Game Spring Golf Tournament. Call Charwood today and get registered. 803-755-2000 to get registered. $400 per team. 10 a.m. shotgun start. Again, breakfast and lunch. We'll have plenty of giveaways. That is April the 5th at Charwood Golf Club. Call today and get registered. 803-755-2000, and we will have some craft beer cards out there as giveaways. So a couple of different ways for you to acquire one of those really cool craft beer cards. 803-404-6100. Let's run through a couple things that we've not discussed today, and then we'll get back into that NFL draft because I want to throw Michael Penix Jr. They've got him being drafted in there as well, and get your take on Bo Nix. Former South Carolina Gamecock pitcher Jordan Montgomery signing with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, tomorrow we're going to start a new segment on this, basically on Major League Baseball, but on the Atlanta Braves. And we will have some audio, and we'll talk about them. We probably call it Chop Talk, maybe is what we're leaning to. Probably should come up with a name within the next 24 hours. But Chop Talk, and we'll look ahead to the Braves opening the season at the Phillies tomorrow, 3 o'clock, and look ahead to the weekend. But Jordan Montgomery signing for a one-year deal. A one-year deal, $25 million, could include a second-year player option at $20 million. Listen to these numbers that they factored in here. A second-year player option at $20 million if Montgomery makes at least 10 starts. It could be $22.5 million if Montgomery makes 18 starts, and the second-year player option could be $25 million if he makes at least 23 starts.
Yeah, and we have to throw the numbers out because we know it's a lot of money, obviously, but Jordan Montgomery was part of, he's underneath Scott Boras, and Scott Boras being one of the prominent MLB agents known for the Alex Rodriguez deal, big deals, and all that type of stuff. But Boras is getting his butt handed to him in this free season.
Yes.
This postseason. He has not done well. They made a lot of promises for a bunch of players that they thought they were going to get a lot of money. Blake Snell, Cody Bellinger, and Jordan was in that crew, and none of them got what they thought they were going to, what he promised that they were getting. He said, hey, this is going to be a big season for all my guys, and they did not end up. So Blake Snell, 2 years for $62 million, but it's conditional, very much the same conditions as Jordan, and Cody Bellinger, 3 years for $80 million. They were all expecting to get $100+ million deals in the same range as, like the Shohei deals. And again, taking the money out of it, we know it's a lot of money for anybody, but they did not get anywhere close to what they thought they were going to get. And I'm wondering if they're having some reconsiderations about Scott Boras as their agent.
It'll be interesting, too, for Montgomery as he goes into a division now with the Dodgers and the Padres and the San Francisco Giants as well. But the Dodgers and the Padres lineups, might want to keep an eye on that rotation.
Yeah, and again, $25 million will go a long way in Sumter because, Jordan's from Sumter, so $25 million to do you pretty good in Sumter, but that's not what we're saying.
And again, there's that second-year option. If he makes 10 starts, the second-year player option is $20 million. If he gets to 18 starts, it's $22.5. And if he gets to 23 starts, now I didn't realize this until I was reading last night. It feels like he was here just the other day pitching. But Jordan Montgomery is actually now 31 years old.
Yeah. Spent
6 seasons, obviously, with the Yankees, joining his 4th team since that time. Yes, Preston, that is official journeyman status when you've bounced around.
Yeah, you definitely hit journeyman status when you spend a significant period of time with one team, and then your next teams come back to back to back. You're in a lot of one-year deals. Jordan's probably not buying any properties in these places. He's probably just renting. He's probably staying at a hotel.
Expense-wise, yes.
More so.
A nice hotel, hopefully.
A nice,
good room service.
Yeah, $25 million. He can afford it. But. Yeah, Jordan has entered into a journeyman phase of his career.
Should also be known, again, I did not know this until reading his hard curveball, nicknamed the death ball.
Well,
has he been that good? He's that good. Like, I feel like you've really got to be up there to earn a nickname for one of your pitchers.
I mean, he's been really good, which is one of the reasons why they thought he was going to get a significant amount of money. But the age and also, I think, combined with MLB owners just being like, Scott, we're sick of you. Get out of here.
803-404-6100, how you can weigh in. Other news, real quick, we didn't touch on this. Another South Carolina basketball player does enter the transfer portal. This one, not as big a news. Feel bad for Ibrahim Dibia. He came here. He was actually a guy that was expected to maybe start and contribute 2 years ago, and in preseason practice tore his Achilles. Did get back on the court towards the end of this season. You could tell it's not there. It's just not there for him. He enters the transfer portal, obviously, the day after Michi Johnson does. I'm not saying – I don't want to put the young man down, but from a big picture perspective, looking at a big picture and saying, okay, Lamont Paris, with what I just saw him do a year ago in the transfer portal, that scholarship giving him a chance to go and upgrade the roster – it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's probably one of these situations where it's a win for everybody involved. Maybe this is an actual situation where it was mutual. Hey, listen, this is what we see for you in the future. If you don't see that, it's probably going to be best for you to explore your options. And my understanding is he's a grad transfer, essentially probably only has one more year to play competitive basketball. He might want to actually go play somewhere.
It reminds me a little bit of during the Frank Martin era, Tamarcus Blanton, who suffered that unfortunate hip injury. Now, he didn't transfer and play anywhere else, but Dibia could have been a guy who played a key role the last 2 years, especially last year, especially year prior, the 11 and 21 season. But that Achilles injury just set him so far back. And you could tell this year, just the year off, the rust, maybe the uncertainty of the Achilles, he just didn't look like it. I'm interested because now – we mentioned it. Now you got to go replace your backcourt with Cooper and with Johnson, but you've also got to add some depth in the front court, and not just depth, but some rim protectors. And I think a guy whose brother is coming in, Uku Federico, I believe is how you say it, his brother from Pittsburgh, Federico. Can't we just have a John Smith coming? A Talon Cooper is easy, Michi Johnson's easy, but I think you look at adding a guy like that who's 6'10", 6'11", is not an offensive force, but a rim protector and a rebounder.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm sharing this out of confidence. I remember when we had Coach Paris in here in the office, he was like, yeah, we got it. He was talking about the guy that was here. He didn't mention his brother, but when you get one, and I'm assuming things are going well, brothers are talking. It's like, hey, if you're looking for somewhere to be, this might be a spot for you.
Come down and hang out.
But Lamont was very excited about Federico.
Yeah.
He was very excited.
I think we're going to try and call him just Fetty.
Fetty.
So we can all just go with that. 803-404-6100. We'll come back. We'll wrap it up on a rainy,
it's getting worse.
Rainy Wednesday morning. You're listening to the early game.
3, 2, 1. It's time for mortgage protection with Preston and your top broker, Benji Getsy from Buford Lending. I guess that was it. I think, let me try one more time, maybe. Yeah. All right. 3, 2. All right, go ahead. Bill's got his.
Bill Gunner for Mid-State Roofing. It is awful out there this morning, and we've been telling you the rain was on the way. And today, I hope you're not learning a hard lesson. I hope you've already contacted Mid-State Roofing and have gotten some leak detection. But if you haven't, you know what? You can give them a call right now. They're ready. They've got a Mid-State Roofing employee ready to take care of you. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Mid-State Roofing has been taking care of us and providing the best roofing and waterproofing business in the industry. So give them a phone call, 803-356-1919, or you can learn more on the web, midstateroofing.com. Again, give them a phone call. You want that leak detection. You need that maintenance contract. You want that roof to hold up, not just to the storm today, but these summer storms that come up. So again, 803-356-1919. Call Mid-State Roofing today. Tell them you heard it on 107.5 The Game with Bill Gunner.
All right, Jen, I'm going to try it one more time. 3, 2, 1. It's time for mortgage protection with Preston and your top broker, Benji Getsy from Buford Lending.
Wrapping it up on a rainy, wet, nasty day here in the Midlands. I believe it's supposed to, Jen, probably clear out of here sometime later today. Is that right here, hopefully?
Yeah, it's kind of looking like it's off and on.
Yeah.
Quite a while.
Be safe out there all day as you try and navigate. Again, we were looking out here on Gervais Street, and if you're traveling down near us, 1301, there is some what I'd say some light flooding occurring on the side of the road. So just try and travel safely today and try and get through tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a lot of fun. We got a busy show tomorrow. We will debut the Chop Talk segment and get you ready as the Braves open the season. We'll be doing that each and every Thursday. Tomorrow we'll do it at 6:45. Normally we'll do it about 7 a.m. on Thursday mornings, but we'll get that up and running tomorrow and preview the Braves. We'll have Toby Edwards from the Carolina Cup. It is supposed to be beautiful this weekend. We were talking about how nasty it was. 72 degrees, though, on Saturday for the Carolina Cup. I'll be at an AAU tournament down in North Augusta, over in North Augusta, but I hate I'll miss the Carolina Cup because I've never been, and it seems like my kind of event.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how maybe this rain is affecting the track. I wonder what he'll have to say about that.
We'll talk with him tomorrow. Toby Edwards will be on at 7 a.m. Really excited tomorrow, 7:15 to about 8:30. Justin Mackey, who I had on last week. You were out, I believe, but Justin Mackey will join us in studio. He'll actually come in studio, and we'll get his take on the NCAA tournament. We'll talk more about him becoming a NCAA college referee, did some Big South games this year. He'll be joining us in studio from 7:15 to about 8:30 tomorrow. We'll cut up with him and get his thoughts and challenge him a little bit on being a referee.
Yeah, I'm really excited to it because it's definitely commendable because everybody complains about the refs and nobody becomes a ref. So shout out to Justin. I can't wait to have a conversation with him.
And then we will have Josh Harris tomorrow at 8:30 for our Corley Pool Solutions Checkered Flag Challenge. After last year, I am hesitant to gloat, but I have taken the lead after a good weekend from William Byron. I was rolling along midway through the season, thought I was cruising to another championship, and was dragged down, got caught by Reggie Anderson last year. So I'm hesitant. It's still early, still very early in that, but it's a very tight race right now. Just 6 points separates Josh, Jen, Reggie, Preston, and myself. So we will have that. It'll be a busy show. Look forward to it. And then along with that, getting you ready for the NCAA tournament, which gets going up tomorrow night. Opening day of Major League Baseball. The Gamecocks take on Alabama. So we've got a lot tomorrow that we'll get to. Real quick, let me tell you about my real good friends, the Ecton Law Firm. That's right. If you've had tax issues, it is tax season. If you've got some tax issues, it's time to contact the Ecton Law Firm and get a free consultation and figure out how they will help you get rid of that stress-free life. Give them a phone call today, 803-771-9800. Time is limited. You need to contact the Ecton Law Firm today. If you've received a notice from the IRS, you or your business may be in trouble, but the Ecton Law Firm can save you. They can get you out. Give them a call for a free consultation, 803-771-9800. They understand the challenges you're facing, and they are ready to offer you the peace of mind you deserve with proven local solutions. So, again, call the Ecton Law Firm today, 803-771-9800. For more information, you can visit them on the web. That's EctonLawFirm.com, ECTON lawfirm.com. Give them a phone call, 803-771-9800. Tell them you heard it here with Bill Gunner. Gourmet jelly beans. The jelly bean game changed roughly in the early 2000s. And kids these days, Preston, I don't think understand what we went through as kids growing up with the jelly beans in our Easter basket.
Yeah, they just don't understand what it was to just get a globs of sugar. They weren't even pellets. They were just like little balls, and you couldn't figure out. The flavors were always kind of artificial. You basically only had a couple of flavors to pick from: orange, red, green, whatever flavor that was. And then obviously black, which we didn't even get into that discussion. That's a whole nother discussion. So, yeah, we all have a lot to be grateful for in the advancement of jelly bean technology, even just candy technology, because you just showed me a concoction on the Reese's marshmallow top.
Yes.
So if nothing else is working in society, the candy makers are hard at work.
Our fat society is not afraid to try
making
different.
Some advancements on candy.
I'm looking at it. This sounds like, and I don't know if they're any good or not, but when Williams Sonoma is in the jelly bean game, I feel like we're really starting to max this thing out. There's also something called, and I've never heard of this, but it looks actually pretty delicious, Easter Bunny Bark.
Oh, I'm a fan of any bark, because it's crunchy, it's probably chocolatey, it's probably some nuts in there. Yeah, I'm usually a fan.
The Easter Bunny Bark from Williams-Sonoma is inspired by sweetness of springtime, embellished with candy pearls, colorful non-pearls, I believe, and sparkling edible glitter.
Yeah, great. Give it to me. That sounds like a Williams-Sonoma description, obviously. But, yeah, go get your jelly beans. Go get your stuff today. Make sure you take care of that. Big weekend coming up.
I believe what we've established today, top three, was the Reese's peanut butter egg, the Cadbury egg, and the Peep. It appears the Peep is
does
far
have a
more
contingent.
popular.
Shout out to Clint.
I was going to say it's either that or Clint scared everybody. Appreciate everybody being a part of the program. Again, loaded show tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you. Stay dry today. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.